Can you, oh yeah, you got me now. I know you hear me now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we good. We back. Sorry, folks. There's a few minutes. You know, we came in on Miami Heat time. You know what I'm saying? Actually, we came in earlier than Miami Heat time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good morning. This is Hayward CPA live. You know what I'm saying? The uh the one calling, saying it's the Q&A show for all you that want to talk to a live CPA and business development guy on Saturday morning like you got nothing else to do.
Right.
Um, we here in the building to answer your questions. Oh, pull your mic out. Yo. Oh, this is classic right here, yo. Oh man, yo, check it out though.
Back
Okay.
away.
Yo,
Back
B.
away slowly.
Yo, you talk about dealing with adversity. We talk about dealing
Back
with
away.
adversity all the time. It's no more adversity than that. You spinning it the wrong way. That's because I'm left-handed, man. That's not fair, man. Yo, so
So you
okay.
saying because you left-handed, you do things in reverse?
No, I do things the right way. The rest of the world is in reverse. You see what I'm saying? So,
Oh, so because you left-handed, you go right. You do
or
things
whatever.
right.
Yeah, whatever,
That's
whatever.
interesting. Do you? This weird because my grandmother was left-handed. She's a very wise lady.
Yo, man.
I have two kids that are left-handed. Like two of my oldest are left-handed. And my youngest two are right-handed.
Oh yeah, but you got a distribution that makes sense. you got 50-50 distribution.
Do
You know
left-handed
what I'm
people
saying?
think
Like,
differently? Do left-handed people think differently than right-handed? I'm right-handed. You're left-handed.
I don't know if it has to do with left hand, right hand. Just
I
think
mean, just
differently.
something. I guess something for us to talk about. I guess.
Nah, totally. I mean, yeah, that is a conversation piece there.
Hmm.
You know,
Interesting.
it's very interesting. I see what you on. I see you on some octane right now. You thinking about that? Like, God dang, you know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know. I'm just kind of just going with what the
Yeah, it's
wave.
just a
So
lazy last Saturday of January.
January
Yes,
already.
of 2023.
I mean, what are we doing?
I have no idea.
Are we on the autobahn? I think the clock is on the autobahn.
It might be. I have no idea, man. This month, well, one thing I celebrated the 1 year anniversary of having COVID last year. I celebrated it with having bronchitis. It was outstanding. Pretty cool.
And but you weren't in the warm place with the palm
I
trees.
certainly was not in the same circumstance. I certainly was not in the same situation that I was with COVID. We emulated as much as we can through Instacart and Uber Eats, but it was not the same. Oh, hey, good morning.
Good morning.
There you go. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, so it was not the same. Totally was not the same, man. Wasn't the same, but it was cool though. Look, I'm happy to be here. Um,
No doubt.
no, bronchitis is about done, so we can go ahead and we keep it moving. So, but yeah, it's about like I said. Well, wait a minute. Today's the 28th, so we did one the 14th. This will have to be our third one of the year or second. No, we did New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we did New
Ah,
Year's Eve.
that's what threw the game off.
Yeah.
We did through New Year's Eve.
The
Then we did the
14th.
14th.
Mm-hmm.
And now we at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Wow. So so the last episode was the level up episode.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, with that being said, we got to have the level up segment of the week.
Mm.
How'd you level up? That's what I'm saying. That's what we asking people. How did you level up since our last time? Because I'm not off this. We want to level up now this year. We've had 2 years to get sucker free. You don't necessarily get completely sucker free in 2 years, but you're able to, you should have like a path. You should have some,
Be on the road.
yeah, it should just be a little sprinkling of sucker around. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't. Your mass of suckers you should have gotten rid of. So now, you only got a little bit sprinkled here and there. So you get you some what's my stuff? Weed be gone or some Roundup or something.
Yeah, but see that thing causes some health issues, man.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the proverbial.
I get you. I
Yeah.
get you.
So now we could level up. So just like anything, now you could grow grass. You got rid of that stuff. So now you could level up. So what I want people to do is consider every day, like, how am I going to level up? What am I going to do to level up? Once a day. I'll tell you what I did. I started getting into all these 10,000 courses that I purchased. So I finished one. I finished one of my audio books. I did a mind map. See, my big thing is I got software for every scenario. And now I'm actually executing and using the software, creating a mind map for some of our content, which will probably help us on this show. So I've done some leveling up, man. Some soul searching, some thinking about some things. Yeah. I mean, that's what I did. Now, you can put yours in the comments, or you can keep them to yourself. But the key is to keep moving forward, because everything you're doing in life, I mean, it's hard for me to separate. There's a lot of nefarious things happening out here in the world outside of business. And there always have been nefarious things happening in the world, but we see it now. It's like it's not hidden.
Not even close.
Everything.
Yeah, at every moment of every day.
Yeah, so it's easy to get caught in that, and you like, man, you like, yo, this is whack, man. It's whack out here in these streets, man. So, that's why I tell people, yo, you gotta level up, man. Gotta level up, and you gotta keep moving forward. However you do it, finding your faith, whatever you got going on.
Lost your volume.
Nah, I got it back though, didn't I? Right now. My monitor is stupid right now. Yo, you hear me? Like,
I think we lost your volume.
Yeah, how the heck you lose? Yo, what about now? You ain't got it now. Yo, I am on fire right now. I'm hot. How about now? You hear me now? Oh, yo. She said she hear both of us. You hear me at this juncture?
Okay.
Yeah.
I just can't hear you, James.
Yo, man, what's up with that? See, I told you it's sabotage out here, B. It's mad sabotage. Everybody's hearing us. See, they trying to separate us. The people's trying to separate us. So anyway, yo, you speak. You can't hear me for real.
It's in Cooper.
Yeah. Yo, man, I'm getting calls and stuff.
I just can't hear you. So I'm just calling you. You can mute me. No, don't mute me, but I need to hear you.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't know what happened, but we take this on live. We live all the time. Yo, man, it's popping up. People's checking us out. That's good. But what I'm saying is, yo, it's a lot of bad stuff going on out here, man. Bad stuff. I mean, oh, well, you must hear me now. You hear me? Well, he hung up. Yo. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know why the homie not hearing me. I think it's a conspiracy going on out here. And all that. So we gotta figure this technical thing out. But anyway, leveling up. Cooper leveled up. So I'm not gonna put your business out there, but congratulations on your level up right there. I know what you got going on. That's what it is. But I could give you some examples of leveling up. Say people always think that you gotta do a whole lot of stuff. What you can do, the big thing is
That's what it is. But I can give you
oh,
some
okay.
examples of
Yeah, you went to the stream.
Say people
So
always think that you
one
gotta
of
do
the
a whole
things
lot
you
of
can
stuff.
do
What you can do, the big thing
is
that's what it is. But I can give you some examples. Yeah, you went to the stream.
Hey, now I'm hearing
people
myself. It's out of control.
Oh, so you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, you loud and clear. You talking about you loud and clear. I'm not understanding why you can't hear me. The whole world is on me. They're like, yo, I can hear you. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It could be the input from the mic or something. I don't know. But no, one thing you could do is just try to do something, be better at something every day. Whether it is, try to read something, try to listen to audiobook or something like that.
That's what it is.
You know.
But
no,
so
one thing
you
still
can do
working
is
on. Yo, this is live TV, people. This is what I'm telling you. This is live TV with two people, no engineers. We just in the building. It's just us. All we got is us. And now we working on the monitoring system. Can you hear it? You can hear the feed now, I'm assuming. But while he's working on that, let me just tell you, that's what it's all about, man. Leveling up, man. That's it. Yo, you got us?
Yeah.
All right, you got us through your monitor, your other monitoring system. I have no clue why this stuff is happening. But anyway, so yeah, man, that's my level up section for the week. Just ordered a new book about sales. I'm gonna check that out. I'll give y'all some information on that coming up. Well, so I did some meetings too. I was in a DEI meeting. I told you about the DEI meeting. That was interesting, But I want to talk about DEI for a minute. I know this is going everywhere. But what was interesting in the meeting, because it was interesting in the meeting that it was like I had the same thought and one of my other colleagues on there brought up. When we talk about DEI, it's usually coming from the perspective of the non-diverse. So, or the non-diverse people, you know what I mean? So, how do you define DEI? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. How do you define it hereby so you can measure it? If you're not the diversity, you know what I'm saying? Like if you the standard, how do you quantify diversity, equity, and inclusion? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause if we use the paint theory, paint one drop, there's some diversity. You dig what I'm saying?
Don't exclude involvement.
Yeah. Well, okay. Hey, you came up with that all on your own.
Don't exclude involvement.
So but can you measure that? I mean, how do you measure that? I mean, it's not quantifiable. I don't think it's quantifiable. You can't quantify it. Don't exclude involvement. But don't you have to have a environment to not exclude involvement? Like, I'm just saying. I feel what you're saying. That's a better way to go to the acronym. But what I'm saying is, like, what does that mean? What exactly does that mean? I yield. I know you want tape delay. I know he bugging. Yo, they bugging out. They like, yo, why is he not saying? Because you want tape delay. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I'm using the phone to watch and listen, and it's um, it's very disturbing. I have the headphones on, then I have an earpiece, so you don't get the reverb,
Yo, man.
and and so I hear myself saying this, and then I have to wait a minute because it's playing back in my ear.
Yeah, you wildin'. That's what you wild. Yeah. So, well, that's what I'm saying. You call me back, but you know what? We're gonna try something on this. Hold on. Let's see if I take you out the stream and bring you back in. Maybe that'll work. This is hold on. Let's see. Now, yeah, it's just me. Now we're gonna see if we bring him back in. See if we get the get his audio game going, man. Because it's very difficult. He has a lot to share. Um, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
No, it's you. I just can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy, but
So
everybody
there's a
else hear
delay
both of
too,
us.
major delay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, we've had worse situations before.
Well, we just keep flowing the way we flowing. It's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So back to the DEI then. It's
Of
like,
course,
yeah, how do you measure it?
DEI, do or die fly, right? So diversity,
It's on you.
exclusion, inclusivity. How do you measure it? I mean, you know, there's the scientific approach professionally, right?
Yeah,
But I
but
I want to say that it's measurable based off of human abilities. That's what it should be measured off of.
uh-huh. But well, I guess how do you measure improvement in it? I love it.
Performance.
Well, I'm saying performance of who?
Now we talk about KPIs. Everything has a KPI.
True, true. But then how do you? I'm just saying. But this is what I'm trying to say. DEI to me is a cultural issue. It's a culture because to me,
I know what you're saying.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to include somebody and give someone equity in a situation and make it more diverse, you have to change the entire structure. Like it could be incremental, but you have to change it. There's no way you can say, okay, we want to have some diversity, so we're gonna bring in a person that's different than us into a structure and sit them at the table. So now we diverse. No, you not. You got a representative there. That's not being diverse. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is a rhetorical question. Feel free to answer in the chat what you think. But this is a rhetorical question.
That's what I mean. That's what I was saying in terms of the scientific approach.
Yeah, well, I distill it down for us lower level thinkers. I'm making
Of course, I
yeah,
get it, but I mean, it. I mean that. Well, I'm coming from that position, right? It's they put a person in a room of a different culture or different whatever gender, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say, "Hey, we have the numbers. Let us show you who we have in the building." So, for example, in my past life of being employed,
Mm.
and I can count on my little fingers on my little fingers
Yeah,
how many of
damn.
us were in the room.
Yeah. So, but okay, I don't even know how we got on this. I would promise you this was not planned. But check this out. I mean,
Who
is it?
knows? I think it's the microphone situation.
Yeah, I know, but the mic, which is baffling me because it might be. Can you plug your headphones into the computer direct? I wonder if you could do that. It could be the microphone bugging out. You ain't got no jack to plug in the headphones directly into the computer.
It's not me. It's your sound card.
Yo, but everybody else is hearing me. So that's if no one else was hearing me, then it'd be different. So yeah, I'm engineering from somewhere else because my mic sounds nice right now. So yo, what you got? You hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah. See you blowing up my equipment. What you talking about, son? Yo, it's something. Yeah, we'll get into that. We don't want to go into the.
But I've always had it plugged. Hold on.
No, that's the mute.
Can you
now
hear me?
You off mute. Yeah, I hear you now.
But I've always had it plugged into the microphone.
Yeah, but sometimes that trips out because there's 2 sound cards in there. Whole story. It's a lot going on with that. So it's similar to what happened with me.
My mic sound nice.
See, now we back on now.
Sound nice. Check.
That's what I'm talking about.
All
See?
right, there we go.
Now we going. Now we can get back to this DEI, fast-paced DEI.
There we go.
What I'm saying is that you gotta change culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you change culture? And then you gotta want to change culture. You know what you said.
Yeah, but how does that done? I mean, again, I was giving you an example. I was in the room in my previous job. I was in the room. I could count on my hand how many people in the room. I was probably the only one in the room at different levels, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of just being open, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier said than done. Obviously, we know the difficulties and the idiosyncrasies of different cultures. White culture versus black culture, and multiple other cultures within certain industries specific.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of saying, hey, that's a human being right there. Let's listen to what they have to say, and how do we work together, right?
So what's the element of prejudice you think go into that? Just overcoming prejudice.
We gotta take that train ride back some decades.
Yeah, but this is interesting because I was talking to Ronita this morning. We were talking about that whole Memphis situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, it's not our usual topic, but you know, nothing out here works in isolation, right? So can't just be like, oh yeah. And so if you tune in here, you might hear about anything. You know what I'm saying? But what I was saying is that, you know, it's interesting the way that's covered.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
The passion they put into it. The charges they're bringing, the way that they're bringing it, the immediate release of the video within the period. I mean,
totally interesting.
Like it's a total screw
up. Total different thing. It's quote unquote the way it should be done. Which is really interesting. Interestingly enough, I mean, I don't know if people realize that the police chief of Memphis was the former police chief of Durham. She just left Durham to go take the job in Memphis. Mm-hmm. So, but what I was saying is that I feel like there's an element of prejudice that, like, prejudice are the molecules of racism. You know what I'm saying? So racism, we usually go with institutional, you know, stuff like that. But the basis, and this is just something I thought of, and no proven theory, is prejudice. And I feel like we have so much more of a prejudice is an individual, is a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? We use prejudice for individuals. We
Mm-hmm.
use racism for structures and
Mm-hmm.
something big. So racism, you don't have to touch it. I'm not racist. Like that. But you might be prejudiced as all get up. And so,
Culture, environment,
yeah,
status.
you don't
Right.
have to deal with anyone other than your that's not like you. Right.
Correct.
So what happens there, that whole thing with Memphis, we can have a separate, completely out of bounds thing of what's happening there. Like it's blatantly obvious. Like it validates some things. It validates the police were black. So boom, it gets into these whole other situation that it's like this. Now cops are cops. I mean, they always been cops to me. I'm just saying. But my thing is that the young man that went it was a prejudice behind that. They thought he was, I don't know who they thought he was. I do not know. He was a $150 soaking wet. And so they go in
Mm-hmm.
force 5 deep and just like, he had no weapon. He had a camera.
Mm-hmm.
So who they thought he was? Someone that owed him bread? Because, I can go down, I'm all about Dateline and all that. I watch all that crazy stuff. So, but let's get back on track. What I'm saying on the prejudice, when we get into this DEI situation, there's a prejudice, even if you're like, because I've been in the rooms in my brief time, and I'm just I got something else going on with me. But, it's like one of those things where, like, I've known when someone they weren't gonna listen to me. So like I've known it, but I didn't care. It's like I ain't care. Like it's whatever. It didn't diminish me at all. I'm like, well, you the boss, be the boss. Fine. So you know everything. Good luck. Mazel tov. Yeah. God bless you. Don't care. And so what I'm saying is DEI, like, you gotta address prejudice in there, because if you look at somebody, the difference is that there's a prejudice that somebody that's not diverse knows what they talking about or can achieve, where someone that is diverse, because I don't know your MO, I don't know where you come from, I don't understand your education, so I'm uncomfortable with thinking that you can get something done. That's the essence of for me, because I don't want you to bring me in, and I'm not one of those, because I'm all for affirmative action and stuff. Like I'm like, yeah, please give me all that. I have no problem with it. Because I know personally, I've always known that I was gonna be good. So you know, America plays the game, and this the land of entitlements on the low, but we try to pretend like it's not. Dude, come on, you know what I'm saying? You better get what you can. You can
Yeah.
at
Well,
once.
that's the basis of what this thing was built on. Who
Yeah,
could
that's
who
what I'm
could who
saying.
could who could one up the next person or the next
Exactly. You
situation?
gonna tell me to pull myself up by the bootstraps, but the
Yeah.
opportunity to pull myself up by the bootstraps, I'm supposed
You
to feel
like you
guilty
don't
about it?
qualify. Yeah, and then you don't qualify. Why? Because of your dynamics, your skin
Yeah,
color, this, that, and the third, right?
whatever. Yo, I tell people, used to love people to be like, I don't want to be judged. I want to be judged on my whatever, not the color of my skin. Psh, you playing the wrong game, dog. Let me tell you something. The color of skin has been the basis of a lot of achievement in this country. So why would I not want to play that game? Like, come on,
Well,
man.
it boils down to understanding and then how to, right? Because most people, in order for you to play something, you got to understand
Yeah.
where you fit into it and how the game is played, and then your abilities to align with the skill sets needed for that game, right? And so a lot of that causes you to kind of dig a little bit deeper and understanding who you are, your values, your characterizations, and then most importantly, the ability to continuously learn. And I think learning is also a handicap for most people too,
Oh, now that's interesting. Mm.
because people get to a certain point and they go, "Oh, I've
I ain't gotta
arrived.
learn no more. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mister or Mrs. Know It All," and that's not how it works. Just fast as technology change, we'll never. Our brain is a computer. but we'll never be as fast as this thing that it constantly automated with no feelings. However, we have to know that we still got to keep moving in that direction.
True.
That's it.
But so that's what I'm saying. Just coming back to the diverted DEI situation. I mean, it's like, I think you make a great point, but I think it's like trying to combine some facts with some human emotion. Because it always seems like, for me, a lot of times it seems like we're trying to reach out to insert people. I mean, then on some level, do they want to be reached out to? Do they really even care? But then
some people, again, I go back to some people don't know how to compare, how to care, only because, see, you know where I hang out at in the mentality phase. Most times we're victims to the emotions, to our emotions, right? Which is a limitation. Hence why they say don't judge a book by its cover, because you have to go beyond what's seen, to what you believe and understand.
True indeed.
And for those, in, I'm a spiritual kind of person, so it's all about getting to the next level of oneself.
Oh yeah, see, you talk
Right.
about
So
some other stuff.
So again, most people what happens? Ego comes into place. Oh, I know this, I know that. They don't need to tell me this. They don't need to tell me that. I don't need to understand that person based off of what they say. I'm gonna take their words as face value, and I'm gonna react in this fashion.
True. So then but then it makes, but to get back to it, if that's the case, ego is in there. Because I was talking about from the point of let's say, how do we characterize the diversify diversify, because the person that's the other is the diversifier.
Correct. So it's got to be diversify.
Yeah. So from their standpoint, they assume that the diversifier wants to be outreach to. What if the diversifier is not interested in being outreached to?
Yeah, but again, that boils down to leadership, because if the diversifier needs to diversify in the room, the diversifier has to be open to what the diversity is going to bring to the table, because the diversify still needs to be led and trained to understand the vision of this organization or whatever the initiative, for them to be a part of it, so they can lend who they are to the situation to make the situation better.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, well, I think we switch it. So let's say I'm the diversity quotient, right?
Okay.
Say I am, and then you got a boss or something. The assumption is that I want to be me, that I want to be heard in the room or leveled in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what if I just want to sit back and do nothing like my other peers and make sure I get a bonus based on somebody else's work? Now I just, I want to go for the ride like people that aren't the diversified quotient do, and get there and just get it. Just based on that. So what I'm saying is that we making a concerted effort to try to get, because some people, you might have somebody like me, and I'm kind of like, I'm shy. Look, I'm just trying to make a buck or something like that. You put this DEI thing, then you got to shine light on a whole group of people. It's like, yo, I just want to be, when y'all do those when you do those performance evaluations, which is why I'll never work for someone again, but the performance evaluations, I want you to take my lack of enthusiasm and grade it the same as they lack of enthusiasm, without me having to be, I got to step, because it gets back to the thing that we always say, I got to work harder to be average. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it's saying. I got to step up to be average. Other people, they just be average. But I gotta Step up.
So yeah, so I think, well, because in a diversity situation, we always want to be participants.
Yeah.
We're,
Well, the
we're, we're
assumption is anyway.
well,
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It depends on the level that you get at, right? Some people just want to be in a room and not do anything,
A
and
lot of people.
that goes for all different kind of
Oh yeah. It's universal
across the board. But
in
for
corporate America for sure, and the
but
government. Forget about it.
but
Yes.
for those that want to really do something and fight to do something, they have to hedge against the ones that can just sit in the room, not do anything, and still benefit, like you're saying.
Yeah.
That's the level that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
How
So
do we measure it? You're right. I think we got to change the culture. But okay, sit on the sidewalk and wait for that to happen.
no, it's not gonna happen. But that's why. But I mean, that's why we here, because now I'm saying, okay, look, what if you got a culture? You know, you have more businesses of a culture that interfaces with with the greater market. You know what I'm saying? You got more of a culture. Your culture's it comes in a little different. It's constituted. I mean that's I always say like you can't turn a chicken into a eagle. The chicken is an eagle. It's two different things.
you glue some wings on.
Yeah, but it ain't going nowhere. The chicken ain't flying like no eagle. I don't care what circumstance you put on it. It ain't happening. So my thing is that I guess DEI, and no, I'm not saying it needs to happen in a corporate way. It needs to happen because that's how corporations operate. That's how they roll. But I'm just thinking about it. I've just been having these thoughts like, well, if the dominant doesn't change, we having committees on committees on committees where they almost need to be internal committees to be like, yo, why do we not? Why do we look at these folks different? You know what I'm saying? Like it's always like you want to bring the subject into the table to talk about your deficiency.
Well, controversy just brings another line of revenue, and we are in a capitalistic place, right? So the more controversy, the more challenges brings on opportunities for somebody to make some money, because all of this stuff boils around money and power.
True indeed.
I mean, that's kind of where my thought process is on it. Unless I run across a true initiative that has some impact, and they have steps of impact and people of impact. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I dig it. But I just thought it was interesting because that's something that happened in the week. That was part of my level up. I'm on this committee. And I was there. And I
so
was like, man,
you have
let's
a
bring
lot
it to
to
the people.
unpack. Yeah.
Well, no, actually I didn't, because everywhere I go, I know I'm the diversity. If I show up, I'm the diversity. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter what ethnic group I'm with. I'm the diversity because I'm bugged out like that. So it doesn't matter. I've been that way. What I learned, it was like my whole life I've been like that. I've been the spot in the paint. So, I've been the tent. And so for me, all I could do is be unapologetically me. And that by itself, you gonna love it or hate it. But you ain't gonna tell me that I know it more or less.
Mm-hmm.
How can you can't judge that, or I can't, I couldn't do your job or something. I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, we all human beings. I could read and write, so pretty much I can get the way I need to be in most situations. If I wasn't trained for something, I mean, clearly I wasn't, but in these scenarios, and that's me. Everybody doesn't have that feeling, and being in those rooms can be intimidating. And I've seen it
100%.
with coworkers. I've seen it.
100%.
Now, like I said, I got some entitlement, so yeah, I mean, I got some stuff. I don't flex it until it need be, but I got some stuff. So it never affected. I'm like, whatever. And plus, I always knew every job I have, it wasn't the rest of my, I'm here for the check. I mean, I've actually told people that. I like the money. I don't like the job. like I'm not gonna sit and pretend I love my job. You're right. Whatever. I don't
Yeah,
love this thing.
but there's a lot of people out there that think like that too, and there's not wrong with it. That's what we call an audience
Yeah. No. I mean.
segment, right? So
Well, I was fortunate enough to not to have to love it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't pretend to say that. I mean, I've been fortunate. You know, but fortunate off of decisions and positions I've been in too. I had to do that.
but watch this. Aren't there a lot of people that are fortunate, but
Well,
but they don't recognize or don't have the ability to recognize or the support to recognize? Because your ability to recognize your fortunes comes from the circle of people that you have around you too.
oh wow! So you've opened up another. We're going through another door, and I wish to explore. That's right. No, that is
Ding, 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 ding over here, right?
that's
So
yeah. That's relative understanding the position you in. Um, and but I think to do that, you have to have you have to have appreciation of a lot, but you also have to know where you're going. You can't be a drone. You can't be
no
a
doubt.
clone. Like you have to understand if you sit in your circumstance, you say, you know what, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm not necessarily where I want to be. I'm not necessarily. I know this isn't the be all the end all, but yo, I'm okay, and not I'm okay compared to that person or this person compared to you. You like, yo, hold up, I'm good because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, last month, I was situation wasn't the same or wasn't as good. So for you to sit down and appreciate, I think that actually makes you um move forward better. I feel like that actually allows you to build because I look at as I mature here, I see life, career, it's like a ladder, or stairs, a flight of stairs. And sometimes if you've ever went up, walked stairs, which people don't do too much nowadays, but if you had to walk upstairs or something, there's always a landing in the stairs. And sometimes we get the landings. Sometimes we stay on the landing. You might put your foot up on the next step, but you stay on the landing. Why? Because you don't exert no energy on the landing. It's a stop point. So, but you can also turn around and look at the stairs you climbed already and be like, okay, I knocked them out. Some people could look up and say, okay, these are the next stairs. I got to go up, 10 more stairs to get whatever. It's all perspective. That's your word. Perspective. But if you don't appreciate, if you get to your landing and all you think about is, oh Lord, I got all these stairs left, what's going to be in your mind? All the stairs you have yet to climb, not the steps you have climbed to give you confidence to climb the next set of steps. Yeah, boy,
But the higher you go too, right? You like you saying you gotta have appreciation. But the higher you go, you start to really have you take a really good look at every single step, and you appreciate what that step is allowing you to do and how that step supports you. Because in the beginning, you're running fast. You first floor, you get up to the 12th floor and you slow down, and now
yeah,
you're
not at
able
this
to.
age. I ain't running up nothing.
No,
I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying, Well, I mean, perfect alignment. At a certain age, your thinking has to be different, right?
Yeah, you
You
have to
can't be a
take deliberate steps.
yeah, and intentional, right? And it has to, and you have to understand how you placing your footing,
Yep, because knees bad, you know,
all
ankle
that.
jacked up. You gotta be
Who's in
with.
front of you?
Yeah,
Who's behind you?
yeah.
Who's coming back down the steps towards you, going in the other
Now
direction?
that's deep. That's deep right there. That's real deep,
You're gonna
yo.
pass a whole lot of situations with people on the way up.
Yeah, you right. You might pass people on the way down.
Well, the idea is not to go down; it's to shift over to another building, get high enough where you could take that bridge that
Take the bridge to the other
connects
building,
you to
and
the
you can
other
chill out
building,
there.
to the other building that's higher.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, man, I don't know how we got to that, but that's kind of, it's all about leveling up. See, we just showing we leveling
Yeah.
up our
So
thought
level.
process.
Well, I ain't even get to my level up.
I know you was in the wastelands, man.
My level up is just really just one word:
Of course, I would expect nothing less.
systems.
There it is. We're gonna talk about systems.
Save yourself time, energy, and money.
Impressive. So, what do you think is what prevents people from having systematic thinking?
Doubt, ego. Ego probably being one. And because the opposite of ego is doubt. And because ego, most times people have to be in control. I think we always have to be in control. There's some level of doubt that impacts us, that enhances our ego to be in control. And so you have systems that are technology based, then you have systems that are people based, you have systems that are vision based, mission based. And if you can't be a part of a system and relinquish control, so the team, whatever that team is, whatever that technology system is, that if you can't relinquish control and focus on the enhancements of it, I think that's where most people go, I have to trust this thing that I really don't understand.
But what if you created it?
You can create, excuse me, you could create whatever you want, but you can't manage it and grow it by yourself.
Oh, well, I was just making the point that you can't trust it. You cannot trust it. You can create it and still not trust it.
Correct, because it's on your own accord. How did you create it? Did you create it with multiples, or did you just come up with it by yourself?
Very interesting. This has been an interesting stream here. I know if you're the first time with us, or not your first time, you like, yo, what these dudes on?
I mean, if you look at like the Steve Jobs, or like the Steve Jobs story, let's use him as an example. You know, he was a different type of person, different type of thinker. But somewhere along the lines, through his fight, people caught wind of his vision.
Yeah.
And they started adding on to it.
Which is why it still exists.
Correct.
But that's a challenge. So I mean, even to bring it all the way around, I think, or if you have a systematic thought pattern, that how could a systematic thought pattern fit into the diversity thing?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. You focus on the skills, and you focus on the process, and you remove the emotional aspect, which boils down to what you said earlier, which was prejudices.
Because you make decisions systematically.
Yeah, I mean, I may not like you because you don't look like me. However, you here to show up and get the job done because you making sure that systematically 4, 5, and 6 is completed. So 7, 8, 9, and 10 that handles by somebody else can get completed, and then we get to the end of the road.
So that means a systematic process can be one method for approaching DEI.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
That's deep, man. Saturday morning, man.
It also, yeah. Well, I mean, it also helps to identify where continuous improvement needs to come in at, and where leadership may need to lead. Because the see people when you leadership, the word leadership is very loose. So
Hmm.
people, I'm a leader. Yeah, okay. Well, you calling yourself a leader, or is somebody else calling you a leader? But a leader has a couple of different responsibilities. Number one, when you take something away from somebody, you got to give them something back,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
It's like a little kid. You want to take away a certain toy or a certain thing that's harmful. You're not going to just take it and not give them something.
True.
And then you have to, when you give it to them, you still have to kind of coax them along to become used to that thing because that's more safer than the other thing.
Hmm.
So it's the same for people. When you take away their belief, what are you giving them back in belief? But then how do you motivate them to different levels of understanding? That's part of leadership. The other piece is trust. If somebody doesn't trust the authority,
Yeah.
because
Well.
you have to believe in that authority in order to let your guard down to get some learning, some guidance. If
Hmm.
you don't trust that authority, then I'm
And
just
that,
gonna sit in the room and be quiet.
but yeah, henceforth, the way I was talking about the DEI thing, the way that
Right.
it's going down, like you want your organization to be more diverse and more inclusive, but it's almost like you want the people to come in and tell you how to be more diverse and inclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like without you saying that, wait a minute, I need to check myself to figure out before I even go to the group and ask them, I need to figure out my whole situation because I need the group that I'm trying to attract to trust me that I'm really trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah, that's
But
the
I don't know
entitlement
if
of
it works
titles,
like that.
though. That's the entitlement of titles.
Yeah, well,
Somebody gets a title and they like, oh, I'm holier than thou. You listen to me. My word
yeah,
is good. You
yeah,
you know,
but
this is
it's not presented like
dictatorship.
that. Nah,
Yeah,
it's like we want to try to do X, Y, Z and do
it's
that.
the cover up, man.
Yeah, it's weird, and plus I go into my whole thing like I love everybody that's getting they checks for doing all that, but it's just like man, you put something on top of a tree, and the rest of the tree is the opposite of what you put on top. I mean that's like what's that? There's no changes there. So and all this I know we talk about small business. That's what we here for. But
But this is all a part of that too, though, right? And
yeah,
see,
because I mean
everything is all linked. It's all there's nothing separate in this world, man.
no, it's not. But I was just gonna put the connection because I mean you might be running your thing and it might be the inverse. You gotta think
True.
about it.
True.
So you look one way, and then you got somebody else like that. Now there may be because of historical context, there may be more empathy for
Mm-hmm.
you. It's a little different. It's a totally different dynamic. It's totally different. But
Mm-hmm.
you gotta watch what you say. Like you can't be saying, we had an experience like you gotta watch what you're saying because now you become just like your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? When you
You
on
become a
top,
sucker. You become a sucker.
yeah. When you running the show, you saying the same stuff when you were oppressed.
Yeah.
You now you kind of say you be cognizant of that stuff. Like so, just to have the exercise to think about it, like diversity. Diversity to me should be organic. The diversity to me be like there's a culture that is open for all flavors to add to it.
Correct.
It's little, small, or not. Even if it's a little bit, whatever. Because when you put a little bit, often that grows, and it
Right.
creates an environment that people can trust, and that segment of diversity can grow over time because people trust that it's really part of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it just gets into human nature and understanding the people you're working with, working for, that work for you, whatever. It's understanding the people, and it goes to leadership. I think we need this year. We really should. we're going to really talk about leadership a lot, because leadership in small business is, I mean, bedrock. Is bedrock. And the reality is, when in a small business, you don't have time to run around and tell everybody you a leader. You don't have time to do it.
Well, yeah. Well, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to, but you don't have time to, because you're leading. You're
Yeah.
leading. When you have a small group of people, and a small group of people really by on paper is under 100, but we talking about the 25 and under. Like, there's a direct impact. Your decisions have direct impact to these folks. So you do have to, it's real intimate. So that, it's intimate because you're going to know the folks. 25, I mean, you may not know everybody, mano y mano, because you have layers of management even at 25, but you going to know them. Like, it's not like, you like, yo, who's this guy? Yeah, that's the thing with corporations. The CEO don't know it. Nobody.
True.
He knows his team.
1,000 people in that joint. Yeah.
Because it's soulless. Because a corporation don't have no soul.
Right.
It doesn't. Small business has a soul.
Right.
It's the owner. So even if it gets to 100 people, something, I mean, you still kind of, you won't see the people like that. So when you get into wanting to be diverse, wanting to lead, you can't have a cognitive dissonance where, I mean, you looking at the folks. If something goes left and you got to lay them off, man, you like, man, they're going to be hungry. Like, I mean, it's right there. So you got to lead. It's a totally different set of criteria. And to bring people to the table, and you have to have diversity in thought as much as you have to have diversity in
well, that's
demographics.
where it starts from. But that's where it starts from, though. Everything starts in thought.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you really want, that's what I say about this DEI. If you really want diversity of thought, you have to go into what you say. You have to reduce your ego.
Start with that, yeah.
Yeah, you got to reduce your ego to do that. If you're the leader, you can't have an ego and say, yo, Core, tell me what you think. And I'm asking you to tell me what you think just so that I can say that I asked you what you think because you fit a demographic. So what you think? Oh, okay, Core, yes, all right. You know what? We got to go out for a beer sometime, whatever. I'm not listening to you. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, HR said I need to involve more people. Yeah, it comes in. Now, if what you said was actually genius and I figure it out after I mess something up, then, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it. I ain't going to give you props. Oh, yeah, well, let's do that. So it's, how do you shrink? How do you decrease your ego to actively listen? To me, that's, what we're saying. Diversity right there. It's all diversity of thought. Everything's about culture. People coming from different points of view see things differently. They just see it differently. Right, True. Wrong, whatever.
True.
So if you want to be diverse, you have to change you. So what I was getting at the whole time is, to be diverse, you have to change to be diverse. You can't put the diversity on the people you want to include. You got to change yourself and say, yo, I don't know everything. I want a different perspective. I want a different feel in my company. I want a different, I want to make sure everybody feel cool. Like, it's known that everybody's cool. Because a lot of times there's assumption. People may feel like I got a different, whatever you got, lifestyle or whatever. And it is how far you want it to go. Because you still got the right to have the culture in your place, you know what I'm saying? But you got to change, man. You can't have diversity and you stay the same. And that's something that just, it came to me from that. And I thought about just certain other things. But it's not divorced from small business. You have to be diverse in the small business. You got a 5, 6, 7 person team. you're gonna have diversity in people's position in life, whatever, socio-economical things. It's more than demographics, education diversity, experience diversity, you know, dietary diversity. There's a bunch of diversity. I could go diversity on and on. But when you put it together, that creates a learning environment too. When people don't have to be afraid, or not say afraid, don't have to suppress who they are. Religious diversity, they don't have to suppress who they are. It makes the whole, I'm not even gonna say better, it makes it more dynamic.
Yeah, because everybody's owning their own space, right? And their own individuality, and that makes the cohesiveness. There's a cohesiveness. So if there's a shift, usually the folks shift together,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
and if you have people that don't have self ownership, when there's a shift, it's like jamming the car in park when you
Yeah.
drive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't shift right. You stay static, and that's where you get a static organization too.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody's the same. It's a monolith. Everything's the same. So,
Fancy
man, this
word,
could go
man.
on for days, man. This is deep. Yo, man, you a deep brother, man.
Nah, man, I just think about things, man.
Yeah, I know that makes you deep. so what we've covered. You know what? This is like I said.
Interesting. That I like to go with that because people use the word deep, like tabletop, like
Oh well,
yeah,
well,
you know how I am, man.
yeah, I know. But what I'll say is
But I don't drink Dos Equis though. I don't need to drink
you don't?
Dos Equis.
Oh, I mean, but you got the beard and everything. You
What
really
you
could
mean?
be that guy, man.
Nah, man. The beard.
Yeah, yo, the beard, yo, I'm saying it's your flavor of it. Diversity, dude. Like, yo, you could be the most, and you got that Sherlin back there. That's all, yo, listen. You throw it on there, say,
It's just
yo.
a coat. It's a coat, man.
Yo, man, yeah, it's a coat, all right. Yeah, right.
It's just a coat.
Yeah, it's a nice, warm, comfy coat, too.
Yeah, well, because I'm from up north, so we have to be warm up north. You know that. You from
but
up
you
north.
be in the crib though. It's like,
I'm just saying.
I was like, yeah, I ain't got no Sherlin.
You know what? I got to get the hanger that holds it. My hanger broke. You know that the thick hanger.
The thick one, yeah, because it's a heavy coat. That's what I just say. You over here trying to act like it's something you picked up.
I grab that sucker and go because I wear t-shirts a lot. You know what I mean? So
yo, I hear all that fly stuff, but when I'm telling you, it's a big heavy coat, and it's made of some very nice leather. And so, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to have nice things.
This is the suede one.
It's okay.
It's the suede one.
Oh, see, look, he let you know which is cow's hide still. It's still, it's suede. This is what I'm saying.
You know how old this coat is, man?
Doesn't matter.
It's old.
Doesn't matter. It's like diamonds.
It just
Does
looks
anybody
good,
ever ask
though.
how old a diamond is? You know how old this diamond is? What difference does it make? Who cares? What difference does that make? Like, it's that means that when you bought it, you bought quality. That's what it means. So you ain't had to buy a coat every year. Like me, I buy a Walmart coat for $20. Like I'll buy another one next year.
This coat has some decades on it, bro.
That vintage. That's the term. Vintage. It's vintage. It's like no one's gonna ask. Who knew? I mean, unless you told somebody, no one would know that. They'd be like, "Yo, that's a nice coat, son." You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm about to hide it from you next time.
Nah, ain't no need to. I know the cat is out the back. We just saying. It's all good. So yeah, we in OT right now. It's all good, man.
We started out like, well, let's just get on there for 30 minutes.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a short session. But yeah, it didn't work out like that. But I'm glad y'all stuck with us through our technical challenges. I think we have one per episode, which is cool. I mean, now it's regular. People they stay online. They don't even get off. They're like, yeah, they gotta have a problem.
They help us out.
Yeah. They're like, nah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no doubt. So No, but granted, this was a different type of topic today. We talked about something more, talking about culture and structure and leadership. So it's good. We're glad you were able to join us. And reach out to us. Let us know, man. Let us know some issues you want to hear about. I mean, we ask for questions most of the time, but let us know. Let us know on social media. Let us know in the comments of the video. At Haywood CPA is our YouTube channel. Go there, subscribe. We have some content planned, some non-live stream content planned in my head, at least. Explainer videos, candid interviews with people, things that you want to know about. We're trying to build a resource for you to get your get things, get answers. Because the thing, what challenges people so much is getting answers in a comfortable arena. Like often, we say there's no dumb questions, but then sometimes people ask a question and you treat them like they dumb, but you say it like that. And it's here, truly, it really isn't. Just answer some questions, man. But anything that's troubling with your business, you having any troubles, reach out. You might get you a Cortastic consult. You got to, if you sincere about your troubles, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you need accounting help, you need marketing help, you just need help. You just
diversity of knowledge.
Diversity of knowledge. Diversity of revenue.
BizTherapy.info.
There it is. We got it all. So anyway, it's been a pleasure hanging with you. And check us out in 2 weeks. You could watch any of our episodes on our YouTube channel. There, go back. We have things about everything from sales to management to marketing. We need to do a good marketing episode. A good marketing episode for them. It'd be very good. We need to do that. Leadership, as you see, we talk about current events right here as well. And I think what we do, we will have to talk about this, at least advertised recession, and what it means for you.
That's marketing, though.
Well, yeah, the marketing is the advertising, but the recession might be real. But what is the recession actually? This is economics. Like, what does it mean for you and your business? So we got good things. But I could go on and on. So any parting words?
Stay up.
Stay up and level up, right?
Stay up and level up. Get in the hallway and then work the steps.
No doubt.
That's it. Get in the hallway, work the steps.
All right. So you know where to find us. I'm going to keep saying hello. Go hello at Haywood CPA, because for some reason we get a whole lot of leads. I don't know. All these other places we had to do leads, people like sending emails through there. So they haven't sent us too many questions.
If it's not broke, then don't
fix it. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Chuck up the deuce. You already did yours early.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
All right. Peace.